Hey guys, this is SabyneSpyce, welcoming you back to my Let's Play for Dead Space. So I'm feeling a little bit better after dealing with the earlier half of this part of this playthrough. Is that my heartbeat I'm hearing, or is that something else? That's getting really bothersome. So, I have to head back through imaging diagnostics to get back to the chemistry lab so that I can mix this chemical. Back and forth and back. Story of poor Isaac's life at this point. And mine. Are you serious?
I've got more intel on the atmosphere. A survivor's report says a massive creature entered the hydroponics deck from outside the ship. That's when the air quality began degrading.
Yay.
The survivor called it the Leviathan.
Interesting name choice, all things considered. Alright, so since there's a bench right here, I'm going to use said bench and actually do some upgrades. Especially on my rig. Let's see, plasma cutter. Upgrade my speed. How's my stasis? I should probably at least get the blanks in. I'll leave that one for the next room I have to open. Yay! More health. That is always good. Especially in this place. Okay. Interesting that there's not anything trying to eat me at this point. One of my working theories with this is that Mercer is actually working with the necromorphs, and there's something, whether a hive mind or something, that is warning them to leave Isaac alone, at least for this part, so that Mercer can deal with him.
Please stand by. Final mixing complete.
I want one of
Please
these.
remove the capsule.
I need a device like that. That would be so cool. It would make chemistry class so much easier.
Let's hope that poison works. Head back to the tram station and get up to hydroponics as fast as you can. Still no response from Hammond, so be careful.
Can't
There's
go
no
that
telling
way.
how contaminated that deck is.
And
I'm beginning
go
to
that
truly
way.
admire your spirit, misplaced as it may be. I think you should see the whole plan. You should not spurn the hive mind's offering.
Oh, really?
You deserve to witness that at least.
Oh, really? Ah, this is the part. Okay. This is a kind of a fun part. It took me a couple of tries initially to get used to it. Ugh. It's all barricaded. I just noticed that. That's not normal. That's barricaded. You see the bloody handprints? Oh, God. I can't even imagine how that must have felt to be trapped in this little dead-end nook. And maybe have something come out of one of these vents and corner you. That is terrifying to think about. Pick up everything in there. I'm going to use the save station, even though I know I just saved. Because we're coming into a pretty interesting fight. The cryogenics fight.
Perhaps now you will understand. The work I have done must continue. Will continue.
Sure it will. Crazy.
I, Dr. Charles Mercer, shall serve as the catalyst to the salvation of our species. These specimens will return to us. I will spread the divine glory across the entire planet.
Yeah, you're crazy.
I will leave you with my creation. Embrace the inevitable.
Nope. Alright. So the idea is to make sure that he stays put. You come up here, and you do this. Squish.
Freezing cycle successful. Transporting patient.
Patient.
Let's just hope that's the last we see of that thing.
Aw, you ruined
I've managed to override
Kendra.
Mercer's lockdown. There's a secondary tram station nearby, and you can take it to hydroponics. Let's just hope there's enough time.
Anytime somebody says, let's hope it's the last we see of that, you know it's gonna come back. Ugh. So cryogenics is interesting. I'm wondering what the deal would be with cryogenics on a ship like this. Is it one of those things where it's research, like these seem to be, or is it a case of maybe somebody has been badly injured and they want to make sure that they survive long enough, or they're very sick and they want to make sure they survive the trip back to Earth without deteriorating and dying? Or is it a little bit of both? Wait, what did I hear? Huh. Can't forget that. This is kind of interesting that there's this secondary tram station here. Kind of makes you wonder, are there two trams running? Is this all one and the same tram? And it just has different stations? How does this work? Tram, how do you shot web? How do you function? Oh well. Off to hydroponics we go. Thank God that chapter is done. That's probably one of the few chapters that legitimately scares me. So we are off to the hydroponics deck, which is that pink deck there. Now flashy green. It's not a big deck necessarily, but it's a pain in the neck in and of itself. Although kind of interesting. So I'm sure you guys know hydroponics is basically the idea of growing things in using water beds as opposed to soil, for lack of a better descriptor. It's an absolutely fascinating way to grow things.
Hydroponics log, Dr. Elizabeth Cross reporting. I'm pleased to say that we're working close to maximum capacity at the present time. All flora is healthy and thriving, and food yield has created a surplus.
Yay, surplus.
I was going to pass the surplus on to the colony, but the captain has given a no-fly order. I want to note my opposition to that order. Everyone knows they're in trouble down there, and I don't see what denying them our surplus will achieve.
It is unfortunate. Whisper, whisper. There was something about security position with the CEC. Caught my attention. Yeah. The whisper. Ugh. Oh, there's a few of them. Lovely. I forgot they use the septic system sometimes to travel. Yuck. Interesting place. It's kind of interesting, the different voice overlays that you have. You have the main ship AI that you can barely make out. And then you have the whispering voices. You can barely make them out, but typically you can make out a few words. Or if you just stand very, very quietly, sometimes you can hear their whole speech. And then it repeats a few minutes later. But it's just enough on the edge of your hearing that you really do question if it's actually happening. Oh, jeez!
Watering cycle initiated.
Stupid, stupid, stupid ship AI. That's never made me jump before. That's weird. Sorry about that. I thought I was going to have to sneeze there for a second. Didn't want to sneeze into my microphone.
Isaac,
Ugh.
good to see you in one piece. Don't take your helmet off. The air's rotten. I gotta look at it. It's huge. You won't believe it.
Lovely.
Shut itself in food storage. Crew that was on this deck, I think they're what's poisoning the air. They've been transformed. I saw one of them. Bloated, swollen. They're like poison factories. We need to take them out where we can still breathe.
Hammond! I thought you were dead. You need to get to cleaner air. You're not going to be able to help Isaac in your condition. Isaac, I'm scanning the area now. He's right. There's something really big in food storage.
Yay.
But I can't get a good scan. Monitor readings are off the scale. Be careful.
Goody. Shame you can't just set it on fire and be done with it. Anything else from you? My guess? Nope, you're just gonna sit there and cough? Alright, I'm moving on then. Huh, wonderful.
That's the door to food storage. But I can't override the integrity lockdown. You have to destroy the pods to bring the air quality up. Then you can go through and use the poison on the Leviathan.
Yay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and save this here. And I believe I will go ahead and cut this video here, since I don't need this to go on too much longer than it has to. So, join me in the next video where I'm going to start taking out the little poison factories and we'll go from there. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will definitely see you on my next video. And as always, don't ever give up something that you love. Bye guys!